You're shooting for really big magazines like Vogue and Harper's Bazaar and Elle and Cosmopolitan, and you're not even...
This is your first time on TV, right? Hosting something. How does it feel?
It feels fantastic. I think this show is especially close to my heart because it's about helping other models groom themselves and, you know, achieve their aspirations. And I think the process has been very emotional for all of us because we've gotten very close to all of the girls, and they all come from very different and diverse parts of the country. And being able to share my experience with them has been very empowering for me.
Wow. So, I mean, through this entire journey, other than what you've already like known modeling to be as, is there one quality that you think stands out for a model to be on top?
I think a lot of people think modeling is just about looking good and being beautiful and being tall, and while those are attributes you definitely need to have to be a model, it's a lot more about your creativity and your talent and your hard work. I think that to be a model is actually, well, modeling is actually an art. And I think what I expect and what I looked for the most in these girls is how much of that they could bring to the table, how much of their personality, persona, character, experience, style, and all of these various things. You know, to be when you are a top model, you're shooting for really big magazines like Vogue and Harper's Bazaar and Elle and Cosmopolitan, and you're not even advertising brands. You have to tell, and Dabboo will tell you this, these editorials are called stories, and these stories have no words. And you have to enact and create and tell stories with your eyes and your body language and fashion and clothes. So understanding all of these things is very important. So I think creativity is number one. And relationships as well. Building good relationships with people.
Well, that is insightful. But is there something that you would want all of the girls sitting at home, aspiring right about now to be a model? Is there something they should know before they enter this industry?
I mean, there's probably a few things that they should know. One is that it's definitely hard work. And secondly, I think actually the second thing I would say is, you know, have good relationships with all the people that you work with. Dabboo will tell you more about this as well. Nobody likes a bitch model. And secondly, I think be objective with yourself. I always say you model because you can. So back to those attributes like height and you know, just beautiful features, etc., etc.
How about you? Do you think your modeling career helped you in Bollywood?
I think everything has helped me down the way. I think when you are a model in this country, directors do look at you and wonder, oh, does she want to get into films? That's always a natural question. But I don't think it helped per se, because once I became an actor, a lot of people didn't think that I could act, and that was a preconceived notion or perception that I had to work very hard to break down. And the only way that you can do that is by just working really hard and working to prove people wrong. So while it did have its advantages because I got seen, it also had disadvantages because people just thought that I was talentless and just looked good all the time. So, I mean, there's pros and cons to both, but I'm not complaining.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Lisa, you started your career as a model, then you just turned out to be a supermodel, then now you are just playing your inning in Bollywood successfully. So my question is, when you were a model or supermodel, which is the most loving thing and which was the most best thing which you enjoyed while being a model?
While being a model or while being a supermodel?
Being a supermodel.
Being
top
a top
model, Lisa.
Top model. I remember when I was, the year that I was 22, I think it was 2008, 2009. And that year, I traveled all over the whole world, maybe even twice. I had been to Egypt. I shot for Vogue in Italy. We were in Rome. I was in Paris at Couture Fashion Week, and then I was in Thailand, Istanbul, like the entire world. And I just thought, for a 22-year-old girl, that was a dream. That was really a dream, to work with the people I was working with and to be able to see the world and earn money and be independent. So that's the upside of it. And for me, that was a beautiful thing. I think traveling at a very young age also exposes you to a lot. It opens your mind. You meet such interesting people. And I couldn't imagine having that experience with any other job.
डब्बू जी, मेरा सवाल आपसे है कि कौन कौन से पैरामीटर्स होते हैं, और आपने एक बहुत ज़रूरी बात कही कि फोटोग्राफर से एक अलग नज़र से देखते हैं जब भी आप सेलिब्रिटीज़ की फ़ोटो लेते हैं। कौन कौन सी बारीकियां आप देखते हैं उस फोटो को लेने में?
जब हम फोटो लेते हैं, पहली बात तो जब फोटोशूट प्लान होता है, वी टेल द मॉडल के क्या कॉन्सेप्ट है, क्या किस तरह से उनका क्या पोज करने वाले हैं, क्या कॉन्सेप्ट, क्या कपड़े होने वाले हैं, फिर उसके हिसाब से वी प्लान द होल शूट। और उसके ऊपर मैं जज करता हूँ कि किस तरह से उन्होंने इंस्ट्रक्शंस लिया, किस तरह से परफॉर्म किया, एंड फाइनली हु लुक्ड बेस्ट इन द पिक्चर्स। फोटोज देखने के बाद ही फाइनली एक्चुअली थ्रू द लेंस हमको मालूम पड़ जाता है हु इज काइंड ऑफ परफॉर्मिंग। कोई जो हम कोई ऐसी लड़कियां होती हैं जिसे हम इंस्ट्रक्शंस देते जाते हैं एंड दे स्टिल डू व्हाट इज इन देयर हेड, तो जब हमने ये शो स्टार्ट किया, जब फर्स्ट शूट में काफ़ी लड़कियों को मैं इंस्ट्रक्शंस दे रहा था, सम वर टेकिंग इट ब्यूटिफुली और बाकी लोगों को समझ में नहीं आ रहा था क्या करना है। तो वी वर ट्राइंग आवर बेस्ट, और सब टाइम बाउंड चैलेंजेस रहते हैं कि आपको इतने मिनट में ही फोटो शूट करना है, कि ऐसे नहीं है कि हम एक घंटा एक पर्सन का शूट कर रहे हैं। तो वो एबिलिटी के टू मैक्सिमाइज द टाइम, क्योंकि जब भी आप रियल वर्ल्ड में जाते हो फोटो शूट में, it is expected of you to give your best and understand what the photographer wants. तो उस तरीका से मैं देख रहा था कि who's giving it 100%, who's not listening, किस तरह से, तो वो माइंड में रखना पड़ता है कि जब भी हम फाइनल जजिंग करते हैं।